I mean, there's so many options. We have Ponder, we have Brainstorm, we have Preordain, we have Illumination, the other Scry 2, Draw 2, Clear the Mind to loop your deck, Deduce. Like, there's so much card. Lorien Revealed. I'm surprised at the amount of tools that a blue-black control deck has in Pauper, but I guess it probably still struggles against like Bant Hexproof, but you have Innocent Blood Libation, like as edicts. Hard removal seems better than Grasp of Darkness, giving -4/-4. You can probably take time off to just, cast 3 mana removal instead. Format isn't that fast, really. With the artifact lands, you could play Thought Scour and Refurbished Familiar too, but maybe Thought Scour is a little sketchy when you have so many cantrips and card draw anyways. And I don't know if Clear the Mind wants to be played in the same deck as Tolarian Terror, but if they all die, then it would be nice to have a way to do it again. So maybe just one Clear the Mind is fine, right? You're not trying to loop your deck, you're just trying to kill your opponent with terrors slowly. I mean, there's also a Troll, but I don't really know. And without fetch lands, like Terramorphic Expanse, Brainstorm's a little sketchy, but you still shuffle with these two, technically. It's not the worst. And at the very worst, it simply just draws one card. It's just a cantrip if you brainstorm lock yourself, quote unquote. But you could maybe just play Preordain instead, honestly. Ponder also shuffles. You could maybe do 3 and 3, or like 2 and 3, because there's inconsistent shuffling. Maybe just no brainstorms at all, just go into Preordain. There's options. Let's just start here. Who knows, maybe people concede when you play artifact lands, even though you don't actually use that affinity. Do I just cast Ponder? I do have a Brainstorm. Maybe not. Like, what am I in a rush for? Why, what am I looking for that would make me want to Ponder? I don't even know what I'm up against yet. Might as well wait. Heaped Spaghetti. Oh, wow. Okay, so some green-red ramp deck? Is there land destruction? Is there enough to play a deck that does that for real? I don't know. Land destruction seems like it would struggle heavy against like the established, like Bant Hexproof doesn't even need lands. Or Affinity, really. Well, Affinity's lands, actually, a lot of them are indestructible. What is that? When a land enters, I take a damage. Alright. Interesting. Sure. I was going to cast Innocent Blood anyways. So I'll take the 2 for 1. Let's brainstorm first. Actually. Okay, that's good. Let's shuffle away you and put Ponder on top. Might not actually even end up shuffling this, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to shuffle this. I think I'm just going to cast Deduce and draw them. Well, no landfall, I guess. I guess it was closer to a 3 for 1. They had a discard to the familiar. Sure. I'm going to just draw a card. That does not have haste, right? It's just a giant token. Does the stat... It does not perpetually change stats. Alright. Land. I'm just always killing this. And then I'll Ponder. These are all good except the Clear the Mind. I'm going to confidently say I can draw through all of these without losing the game. Doesn't get haste. I think I can take time to let that just hit me. I would really like a land. Actually, I can land cycle for 1 land and guarantee it. It also shuffles away Clear the Mind, which I don't want. Yeah, this is fine. And then I can just do this. And Snuff Out is the same? It's the same? If I take a damage? Yeah, we're gonna just kill it. It's literally the same amount of damage. Alright, terror's in play. They didn't crack the heaped harvest. I guess there's no reason. You can just wait till maybe you find more land damage dealing things. Okay, no, they just do it. Sure. I would have maybe waited there, though, to be fair. Also, it might not matter. Let's just draw here. I mean, my hand is 5 removal spells, so I think we're chilling. This draws 2, so I can draw through these cards. And I guess I'm gonna just swing and kill this thing here. And what do I gain? 1 life for each of its colors? Yeah, let's just kill it now. Not sandbag my opponent here. Search your library for a... Okay. My opponent's deck is actually kind of cool. Doesn't fare too well against maybe the 500 removal spell deck, but it's still pretty cool. Yep. It's it's a little bit of an uphill battle. Cool deck, though. Old tech? What's old tech? I don't know what old tech is. I'm gonna hold on to that. I think? Yeah, we're gonna hold on to that. I could just take 3 and start drawing. What the heck? Let's maybe not take 3. So, brainstorm... Yeah, it's actually pretty nice that I just don't have to... shuffle brainstorms. Bake into pie. They got rid of a removal spell. Huh. They must have another one. Murder. Oh, toxic. To be fair, drawing a land is perfectly reasonable. When I hit a land every turn, so might as well do it. I'm gonna tap that. There's no way I'm cycling this. I'm just gonna hardcast it. My opponent could theoretically kill all of my creatures, and I could run out of answers to kill my opponent. Especially mono black. Well, looks like we got in there. I'm winning the whatever damage race this is. Let's draw now. I'm not going to ponder. Oh yeah, this is an artifact too. Well, to be fair, we haven't had many new sets since Historic Pauper came out. I haven't really seen anything from the new sets that have been around that showed up since then. I mean, lifelink, and when it dies, put a counter on something. Okay, so that is pretty sketchy. But I can beat it. It's also not Fangs. I feel like Fangs is perfectly reasonable to play. They also just didn't attack. Maybe a complete mistake to not attack there? It's not the end of the world that they didn't attack, but it feels like a bit of a mistake. I would attack, that's my point. I'm attacking. Alright, so I think there's some kind of cheat death spell, because they're just like sandbagging a spell. I'm not going to swing. Actually, I think I could. I have a Tolarian Terror. Well, if it's a cheat death, you can't block anyways, so... yeah, can't use it. Yeah, it's a 1 mana spell, so it must be whatever that Undying card is or something. Yeah, I mean, I would expect to see roughly the same kind of cards from 2 years ago as well. I don't think that's, I mean, that's what I have been seeing today and yesterday. There haven't been that many new cards in Pauper. Especially when everyone's playing, like, the quadrillion, like, Affinity and stuff. Affinity didn't get anything new. I don't even think Hexproof got anything new, actually. Does cheat death... I don't think Innocent Blood's a good idea here. No, I can swing first, and if that is a cheat death, they just get blown out completely. And I'm rather convinced that is, in fact, what it is. You have to have 3 creatures to block that, so I can't block that. I'm gonna let this go. I'm not gonna do anything. Oh, it just went. Alright. It just happened. Sure. Let's do this. Oh, Bant got the literal card Bogle? Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. There you go. That applies. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should play it again. That's quite significant. Maybe that completely nullifies people playing that weird 1 mana Ward 2 creature I've never understood. Okay, well, you can't swing with it anyways. Can I finally see what this card is? Nope. Alright, they're over it. Yeah. I guess it wasn't a cheat death, or I don't know, it was some random 1 mana spell that they never cast. Why not? Oh yeah, you invented the Geist Wave tech? Nice. Fencing ace. Okay. Well, so far I just look like Affinity. I think I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna ponder. That is 3 lands. I like the first one, but I don't like the next ones. Okay, I'll shuffle that. Do we have the special little unicorn? No. I would rather kill this. Actually, no, I shouldn't. Let's just cycle. This is kind of why I wanted to keep the 3 lands, but I didn't. I want to kill the dumb scaling creatures and not be too concerned about my opponent's life total. Looks like my opponent has Fancy Instance. Great. Well, that's a land. Innocent Blood? Gotta cast it eventually. Okay. I don't think I'm clearing the mind. I'm just gonna Windmill Slam Tolarian Terror. They didn't kill it. That doesn't work. That was a massive mistake. Alright. No shame conceit, though. Look at that. I'll draw that Ponder. I'm gonna shuffle that, definitely. Alright, the clock is online. Do I just clear the mind? No. I want to keep these sheep here. I could just kill this, but again, scaling creatures are a problem, not this random 2/3. Target player shuffles a graveyard in the library. I could target my opponent. I don't care at all about the cards in there. Oh wow, they have 78 cards. Alright, this is the like 4th person that has like 100 cards in their deck. Alright, they did it right this time. I don't even know what this does. Okay, it only does 4 damage, so opponent doing more very confusing things. Interesting. I drew Brainstorm. That makes targeting myself more appealing. And I'm just going to draw 3 at some point. Oh, we're doing it right this time? Okay, my opponent's doing it right this time. Alright, you did it. There you go. The old 3 for 1. To be fair, the 4 damage was not that crazy, but I shouldn't really have a Tolarian Terror right now. I think they should both be dead. Well, you're not winning the damage race. Yeah, we'll draw 3. We'll draw 3. That's fine. What is that? When it dies, put its counters on a creature. Okay. I'm just gonna do this. Which is this lethal? No. Alright, yep. There we go. 100 card mono white nonsense. Interesting. They also drew like the same cards over and over in their 80 card deck too. Okay. It's Yurionless Yurion. Pauper Yurion. It just seems like an awful matchup. Well, that's not a good start for me. What's the follow-up? What is the follow-up? What is that? Until end of turn, creatures... Okay. They do not, for some reason, swing with the thing there. I think I really should leave up S and Scat. No, you know what? I'm going to cast this. I don't care. They're pretty low on cards. I can maybe just get something. Be sort of the same as countering it. Three trample. Whenever another creature you control enters this blah blah blah. Sure, what does this do? In your end step, if a creature died, put a counter on this. Okay, well I would have swung there if I were my opponent. I did not though. Okay, now we can leave up Essence Scatter. But my opponent doesn't have any cards in their hand. Not the most exciting Essence. I mean, I just Essence counter literally any card ever, including whatever that is. I will double trade with this. That is a scaling threat that could be a huge problem. And I'm just dealing with some 3/3s. So let's lead with... Ooh, shoot. I only have one blue source, huh? Alright, brainstorm. Let's put back you and you, because my opponent has no cards. Sure. And... play this one? Doesn't matter. What am I shuffling away? Did I stack these wrong? I kind of stacked them wrong, but I will say the Essence Scatter will do something at some point. Honestly, I kind of like both of these cards. I mean, I could get both. I could just deduce it. Reveal the top four. Do I play Brawl? Yes? Uh-huh. They do not swing? Wow. Really? I mean, I'm swinging there. We're chilling. What do they grab, by the way? A 1/3 with Toxic. Is that a problem? I don't have a... Well, I have a removal spell. Alright, I'll let it go. I have a removal spell for it. A 5/4 Vigilance Trample. Let's draw some cards. I'm not going to brainstorm. Unless they swing, and maybe I could shuffle. And maybe I would. Alright, well we got that card out of their hand. Let's do this. Okay, I'm not going to play that. I could just double block this 5/4. I probably will double block the 5/4. Another Reach Death Touch. Alright, well, still letting it go. I'm still letting it go. Yeah, we're going to brainstorm now. And probably get rid of... I don't really know what. My whole hand is okay. My whole hand is fine. Maybe I don't need to... They have 2 reach creatures. This isn't great. Everything's fine. I almost just don't want to shuffle. Alright, I'll do this. The only downside to this is I could, like, run out of ways to get through the infinite army of death touching nonsense. Let's do that. And pass. I'm just so blown away that, no, I don't really play viewers. I don't really play viewers. I'm blown away they don't attack. It's a bit odd. I'm attacking. Alright, let's play these. And not swing? I don't think I'm swinging. I could have familiared that card, but I still have Essence Scatter. It probably is a land. Well, no, they would have played it if it was a land, so... Alright, I gotta start chewing through these if I want to win. Let's get rid of all the Death Touch. Yellow. What was that card? What do you got in there? What are you doing over there? I have a YouTube channel which, like, has like 1,000 videos on it. Of, mostly Brawl. Alright, that's game. Yeah, I'm just gonna have too much. My opponent can't do much. It's just too much. which is nice. Yeah, I mean, there was a window there. It looked a little sketchy, but we could chew through all the death touch, and then the terrors will get there. Cantrips let you keep an insane amount of hands. We will play this. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Well, it's not like you're swinging. If I had a swamp, I would snuff that out. I don't find one. What if I killed it anyways? Land? Yeah, so decline. I'm gonna kill this. If my opponent doesn't block, which I don't know why they would. Okay. I value this. But I still don't have a swamp for snuff out. It's still a 4-minute spell. It's not the end of the world or anything. Alright, looks like maybe killing that was a big deal. Yeah, alright, live by the mana dork, die by the mana dork. Not just in Brawl. Worked out. This is another matchup I have yet to see, and it is probably close to an auto loss because it's just such a nightmare. But I don't know, maybe they don't have the perfect stuff every time. Let's go here. Okay, it is not what I thought it was, but it's still in the colors that it could be something close to it. Okay, now I have no idea what's going on. They do not swing. Alright. This comes back as a aura thing. Why do I care about this? I think I don't. Ponder. Another familiar is good. Actually, all of these are fine. Decline. I will offer the trade because I have another one. Yeah, that's fine. Do I cast it now? I'd rather just leave up Deduce, I think. You thought it was mono blue ninjas? I mean, turn 1, you wouldn't be totally wrong. Target opponent discards and you make a 2/2 with Decade. Okay, well, that's fine, I think. Or it's as fine as it's going to be. Let's get rid of you and Alorian revealed. This zombie is only decayed, so it can't, like, perpetually swing or anything like that. I think I'm just going to run out a terror before it gets discarded or something. They get rid of an Eaten Alive, that would have dealt with the terror. Yeah, people just can't scoop to the fog deck. It just can't. Now, some people it makes sense, but other people it's like, what are you doing? You have to just be prepared for that. But hey, you know, you're playing you get to play the deck longer, so you have more gameplay. You're doing what you set out to do, and you have to do a lot of that thing. So I love it. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite decks. I will sit there and watch people suffer because they just can't handle conceding. I will gladly sit there and watch. What do we get back? Probably the removal well, it depends what they need. I don't know if I like the discard here. Mind Rot seems a bit steep. Lorraine revealed. Alright, they're in it for the long haul. Alright. Sure, they had another discard spell anyways. Excellent. I would do something similar if I were in their shoes. That is a tragic 2 cards. But nothing I can do about it now. If you had Treasure Cruise, why did you keep the Lorien revealed? I don't think I agree with that. So be it. You take it? What are you doing? Alright, well, I guess that's fair. It seems just so nutty to do that to me, but alright. I mean, yeah, now you have to swing with it. Sure, they have the weird Phyrexian arena. I just don't think I'm taking the damage there. Especially if you have to just kill it anyways with a spell. Sure. There is some value in playing around miscalculation, although I would be surprised to see that. There's no shot you have negate, so... kind of beautiful. Let's make things more annoying. And I'll hold the ponder. I will hold the ponder. Okay, they actually did have miscalc. Actually, maybe we do cast ponder. And then I can hide it like this? Decline? Alright, that worked out. Also, playing around that was actually quite significant, so smart. Alright, I have a lethal flyer. What do you do? Shuffle. Garbage. Alright. Alright. A lethal attacker, and it will continuously show up, I guess. I refuse to believe you have like an aura that shuts it down. Oh, come on, game. They've swung with their 3-2 every possible opportunity, so they have just had enough to never need to block with it. No way you can swing with it. No way. Stop having all the answers, please. No way. Yes. Oh. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. Get Schmied it. Beautiful. Alright, well, it's just this deck. Does it have the thing? The other thing? Apparently not. Let's assume deduce is better than not deduce. When this attacks, surveil 1. Alright, that's interesting. I'd like to get a land. Maybe I can just start playing these. No, land is... Well, I can do both. Yeah, I'm gonna start playing these here. They block and 2 for 1 your opponent. So, just kill the 2-2. Also stop certain attacks as well while we're at it. Wait, what is that? When it dies, gain 3, sack it, naturalize. Alright. They have some naturalizes. They cost 2 to activate, and they are willing to sit there and use them. I am very interested in getting rid of their last card, so I'm going to ponder for a land. That is what I wanted. I almost hit shuffle. Oops. What does that do? Max speed, cast it from your graveyard. Okay. Really? We're just swinging with the 1/1s. I guess it's better than investing 2 mana into naturalizing, but now I can just chill. And they gain a bunch of life because I'm not being attacked. Can also stonewall my opponent's attack. Let's do this. And just cast this funny thing. And chill. This game is not about dealing damage to my opponent. So by all means, sack the one I blocked with. By all means. You got it. Yep. That is perfect. I will actually just kill the other one, so they can't choose to do that later. Let's kill that one. Let's get a swamp. Okay. Yep. Nothing I can do about that. Well, not really. Let's do this. Let's maybe not do that. Let's go ahead and just do this now, because I'm always going to do it. So I'm just going to do it now. Alright, no flying threat, but they do have the spirit, which actually does fly. They block with that. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? They know I get another one. I don't know, I'm not blocking with that. I think Soul Warden wasn't done doing things. I think I'd rather have that in my hand, or in play, than just draw out a Wretched Throng. But they have a 2/2 flyer, which I don't think outraces these 2 5/5s. Ponder. Okay, that's good, but these aren't. Let's do that anyways. It does block. I would love to trade off this 2/1, and they were willing to block with one earlier, so maybe they do it again. You have to pacify. Yeah, you can't pacify the Throng. Alright, they say it's not worth it. I do draw here. Man, I really wish I didn't draw right now. It is what it is, I guess. Maybe they just block. I do shuffle. Okay, they do. Kind of annoying. Not the worst, though. Still have a blocker. Let's get rid of the naturalizable targets. Actually, they're always going to naturalize the familiar anyways, so it don't matter. Do I need another 2/1? Yeah, we just play that. Yeah, play that. That way I can block. Alright, sweet. Well, as you can see, my opponent was at like 35 life. It doesn't matter. Kind of interesting. Lands are fine. I don't ever want to miss a land drop. I'll just keep drawing lands. I'm not mana screwed or anything, and I can kill that. Oh shoot, no I can't. I stacked the top wrong. Alright. I didn't play min-max sweat. Okay, it looks like maybe it was right to not kill it though, because they have a bajillion of them. They literally have a bajillion, alright. I don't feel bad at all anymore. I'm not even sure if it's reasonable to kill any now. Could just hide behind removal to kill the giant dumb thing they're interested in casting. Ideally it doesn't draw a card. Okay. That's not that exciting, but it is a 4/4 still. So. That's a swamp. I'm gonna play that. I think I'm gonna kill one of these now. I could actually kill 2 of them. Let's not die to giant dumb token, shall we? I don't think it's worth killing one of these, and then they can just cast it anyways, or cast some other thing I have to kill. But I don't think Moment of Craving is killing anything else. Okay. What's the cost on this? 5. Let's play that. We have almost a solid treasure cruise, I guess. Can I play that? I can. I can play that. Alright. Yeah. This is an equipment, though. It turns all your other funny things into a problem. Mono green is looking pretty spicy. Although they have a kicker white, and I've only seen 1 white producing spell. So I guess you never kick that card. Is that the logic? Kicker, you just get a 1/1 when you kick it. It's not worth it? Fair enough. Alright, well, obviously snuff this out. Oh, it's black! We already talked about this. I can't snuff out the token. Alright. Shambles. We're shambling. We can triple block it. I guess I'm going to triple block it. I don't have much else to do. Let's go ahead and do 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I play a land? Alright, I did. Opponent got rid of random 1/4. Whenever this creature enters or is turned face up, counters on it where X is the number of creatures you control. Okay. That's a problem. The problem is I don't have infinite answers to, like, a metric boatload of giant, stupid threats. So we could just, run out of ways to deal with all of these. Brainstorm? Does it give trample? It does give trample. Okay. Okay, of course my opponent just top decks a giant threat again. Why not? I will... Every dart I kill is 1 less equipped target, so I should block this. Because otherwise they just equip and then I can't block it. So, and it shuffles a Brainstorm. Okay, I need help. That is not really that helpful. Not really. Okay, we went a turn without drawing a nuclear bomb. Beautiful. Again, killing the tokens is valuable. Or the 1/1s, because they can't equip anything. Man, these 2/1s are great. These 2/1s are, like, amazing. Do I ponder? Or do I... Yeah, let's ponder. Both of those are good. Let's take both of those. Alright, I think we did it. Beautiful. They can still top deck nuclear bombs that I can't, like, cleanly answer. And I also... Alright, that helps. Ooh, I'm gonna get Brainstorm locked. Let's do that. Decline. Cast Brainstorm now. Maybe find something. Okay, I found something that shuffles. I think I'd rather just play it, though. Why would I not just play it? Alright. There we go. Our turn to play Nuclear Bombs. They can still play random 9/9s off the top of their deck, though. That is a 5/5? What is that? Actually, oh, it's a 7/7. Alright, they can't block this. Do I... Okay, I gotta do some math. 5, so 7... Yeah, this works. Okay. I don't think they can just draw randomly into another thing and stay alive. Yeah, so they need... Yeah, alright. Math works out. They can't just top deck a bomb and win. Or stabilize. Alright, opponent roped out and baby raged. Which is kind of funny, because if they actually put more thought into their plays, they might have actually won this game. So that's ironic. It's not my fault you didn't play better. I don't know, let's just start here. It's like a rough draft. I'm sure there's wrong ideas in this deck, but the idea with this one is... Again, another combo deck that was around, I'm pretty sure, last time. You don't actually need Empty the Warrens, by the way. But, anyways, yeah, so you have First Day of Class, Putrid Goblin. So when this dies, it comes back with a counter, undoes Persist. And then you sack it infinitely with this to get infinite red. And then with infinite red mana, I suppose you can draw a bajillion. Oh, I guess I'll talk about this one first. You just ping your opponent infinitely by sacking this. This is another deck. Oh, actually, wait. This one takes 4 pieces, I suppose. Yeah. Whereas the green-white one we played was 3 pieces. The artifact creature, the evolution witness, and then the discount thing, which was only 3. This requires 4, and you are slower. Like, you're not milling 4 and finding a piece. You're just drawing slowly. Well, not super slowly, but, you know, you're drawing a bit more fairly, I guess. So this requires way more. But with Empty the Warrens and infinite mana, maybe you can win that way, because they all have haste. And you just draw into it, because once you have infinite red mana, ideally you hit it, but maybe there's logic in running 2. I did say we could go down a land, so it was like more of a chance to hit it. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Well, I came here to play this kind of game, I guess. So I'm keeping this hand. Yeah, Flame Wave Invoker, I suppose, would also do what we're looking to do, kind of. Okay, well, that's 2 pieces against what looks like a nightmare matchup, though, so not great. Oh yeah, this is going to be sketchy. They're just a bunch of blue-black control spells and stuff. That's ideal. It's ideal. It's as ideal as it is. Okay, let's play nothing, because I can't. Not sure what I would play anyways if I could play something. I can just play out a Putrid Goblin. I could even probably just put a counter on it as well. Well, I think we're just doing this here. Okay. Yeah, we can play a Putrid Goblin. And then just get rid of a, let's just cast this. I don't know. Okay. That doesn't actually solve the problem, but that is a thing you could do. Let's get rid of more Faithless Lootings. Especially if they let me get away with the map token. doesn't actually get them there. I mean, I'm gonna do it now. You really don't want me to... Okay, wow. Sure. So... Oh my goodness, it tapped the second red source. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, second Putrid Goblin. Just have two chilling. I mean, they let me do this. This is on my opponent. The map token actually did something. I've never thought that would ever happen, but there it was happening. That doesn't really do anything. But Jukabog is nuts. Wow. That's weird. Okay, we won. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. So, here... Oh, they have Snuff Out? Okay. They have Snuff Out. Let's, Is there anything I can do about that? Is there anything I can do about that? Not really. But I do have two things here, so I can make infinite red, but I can't kill my opponent. Have to do it in this order, by the way. Let's, do this. Oh! Oh. Okay. Wait, I can just let this resolve. Let me just get some red mana to be more safe. Alright, there we go. Gotcha. Nice blue-black control deck. It'd be a shame if it didn't do anything. That's funny. The moment I swapped in the matchup, I just won. Let's play on the safe side and grab the blue source. I think black source here? Terrarian? Terrarian color fixes too, which is funny. What is that? Sacrifice an artifact or creature. Okay. That doesn't math out to being better, because you have to redeploy that. Discard a card and get rid of one of these. I'm probably going to wind up Faithless Looting, so I don't have to discard this immediately. I could have just discarded it anyways, though, you know. I'm looking for one piece of the combo, which has been basically every game I've played so far. It's been exactly that. I can treasure cruise now. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty easy to treasure cruise in this deck. I can just play this. I'd rather run out these Terrarions. Okay, so they have to kill me now? Oh, wait a minute. So, do that and get black and red. Okay. Now, this, that. We have redundancy? We have redundancy? Decline. No, I'll take that. What am I talking about? Let's play you. I don't have redundancy. No, I don't. Okay. I mean, I can't not do it. So I'm gonna obviously try to do it. I can sack the Skirk Prospector for red. Alright, looks like we're good. They didn't kill it. Alright, we did it. Is there a way to get more black mana in play? I'd like a second one of these in play. I don't think so, so we'll just go here. Display a combo. And see what they do about it. Alright, they didn't have it. I mean, if they had it, they would have used it earlier to disrupt the Prospector. That's what you're asking for. Alright, let's get rid of you and maybe one of these. Now, we can be realistic and assume we're always going to hit a land drop. I'm just going to get rid of a land. We're drawing so many cards that I shouldn't worry about that. And if I miss, then, you know, rip. Raymond's back there. Alright. First time I've seen this. Kind of surprised, actually. I can do a little baby version of Kadoltha. Get like 3 2/2s. That can't be right though, right? That can't be right. Whoa! Whoa, alright. That's, yup. That's a card. I want to play mono white now. Wow, no blue source. Though, I mean, I have the treasure tokens. That is nuts. Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta get these for paper. Oh, it's a legendary? Oh, it's a legendary. Oh, man. Are we at the chump block Spaghetti-O stage? I don't think so. Black and red. Let's go here. I'm perfectly fine discarding. Let's discard, maybe I should Faithless Looting, actually. Because I'm going to go to discard anyways. You and you. Alright, well, I have a Treasure Cruise next turn. And a way to Kadoltha Rebirth an army of chump blockers. I think we're just chilling. Unless, of course, we're not. That is also possible. Yep, I have this one in my deck. But I don't have Darvel. Okay, I almost forgot what I was doing. I saw this draw and I'm like, wait, what? Let's do this. let's actually just lead on this thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so easy to cast Treasure Cruise. It's great. Alright. I have the combo. Do I have the mana? Do I have the mana? I do not have the mana. Okay, so we're going to do this instead. Do I have the redundancy? No, I don't. That's not great. That is not great at all. Alright. Hopefully these 3/1/1s do their job. This is where Kadoltha Rebirth would have saved me to getting to it, because I was 1 mana off. Wait, what? Stampede? That's nuts. Hey, Kadoltha Rebirth saved me. It did save me. Alright. There's no reason to Treasure Cruise, I'm just trying to win here. So, play this as my land, which should just be fine to do. Go here, here. First day. Okay, we got it. Nice. Yeah, Kadoltha saved me. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we just do this 26 times. $31 cards this time. Oh, I guess I could actually... Hold on. Wait. I could look for another gatekeeper to make it faster. Kind of forgot about that. And I did. Look at that. Kind of forgot about that. Could actually look for a third one, too. Oh no, the Rebirth. It would have killed him. Whoops. I forgot. You could just cast Rebirth and they take a bunch of damage. Oops. Alright, sweet. Alright, I mean, yeah, Kadoltha was good there. Kadoltha was pretty good there. It saved me. I think it's banned in Pauper, right? Yeah, it's banned in Pauper. Is it banned in... You know what? Maybe I should get 4 for a different deck I have on paper. I wonder. I'm gonna get the... I'm probably really just interested in getting the island as quickly as possible every game, so I don't think it destroys me to do that here. Let's get red. What is this? Oh, I think I automatically lose to this. Maybe not. I could probably get rid of redundant first day. I'm only really going to cast one of them this game. I mean, to be real, I could continuously get rid of lands, like I say. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just going to probably continuously draw lands, so... Or at least that's the idea. And if not, then rip. But I don't know if the second one of this matters. Who knows? I have Faithless Looting still. I'm not too worried about any one thing right now. So, Faithless Looting. Get rid of these two. Congratulations if you have Bajuka Bog, I guess. Terrarium. Another Faithless Looting? Get rid of you and Redundant Prospector. I'm not going to crack this. I'm just going to draw. Alright, well, I do need... Wait, what exactly do I need? Let me think about this. I need a... Putrid Goblin, okay. Opponent is the Omniscience of Life Gain right now. It's funny that Kadoltha would stop some of these attackers 100%. It's kind of funny. What isn't funny is my opponent is leaving up black mana, but I don't really have anything I can do about that. I don't have a redundant copy of the combo. I think I'm gonna wait a turn till it's absolutely necessary that I go for it. Let's do black and red. Let's play you. No, let's play Faithless Looting. Not even sure what I'm looking for, actually. I do have a treasure token, so I think I'm going to use it. We're going to do this now. I was hoping for like another combo piece, but I didn't find redundancy. But I can't like infinitely respect removal is a problem. They didn't kill another goblin and save their rabbit. Please play this 3-2. Alright, we're good. We're good. They tapped out. We did it. Wonder if there's any removal at all. Now I'm curious. Okay, so here... Let me just triple check this. 1 Soul Warden, 2 of those. We're good. So, Prospector... Is there an auto yield for this? Please, game? No. That's annoying. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, we beat the Soul Warden. I just need 2 gatekeepers. Good look for the 4th one, I suppose. 24 cards. Well, I still need red mana, but... Oh yeah, first day of class finds more looting spells. Because it has learned. I forgore. Not exactly looking for anything though, you know. Just... Alright, there we go. I don't know why now they gave up. They gave up like 3 minutes into it. My respect for it's a little low, but I am willing to admit I could be underestimating it. But that's the one notable spot where I would say is reasonable. Yeah, I talked about in the outro. When this becomes blocks, make a 1/1. Alright, let's play... I don't have a turn 2 card anyways, so let's just do this. This is the matchup I don't like to see ever. But I haven't seen it that much. It literally doesn't even matter what they play, it's just random red cards. Yay. Get rid of you and you. I found Godolpha, so now I can stem the nonsense slightly. Okay. Guess I'll trade. I can play one of those. I think I will. Right now. Well, let's do black and red. I think this is fine. I don't like that much. Do I cast another one? Yeah, right? We can put 2 in play. What are they gonna, like, what are they gonna do about it? Sure. Yep. I'm glad that just didn't go face. Alright, 8 cards in the graveyard. Some I really don't want to get rid of, though, unfortunately. Looks like I can still cast this Treasure Cruise, though. Is now the time? Now is definitely the time, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Treasure Cruise is just so great. Get rid of you? No, get rid of the map token one. Doesn't really matter, but it could. Do I have it? I do have the combo. I do have the combo, so that Kadoltha Rebirth was a lot of saved damage. So, you... Let's not get hosed by the auto tapper, shall we? That's so excellent that you can just unearth that. That's just so good. Just gonna look for another thing to make it faster. Alright, they're over it. I don't know what made them change their mind. Again, another person that just takes a second to register. Okay, so these 3 shouldn't be in there. They're just there to think. This does require 4 pieces. I think I really do like the addition of Treasure Cruise. You could probably just do Thought... what is it called? I don't know. I just had it in my hand. I have 4 in my hand right here. Thoughtcast, yeah. So you could just cast Thoughtcast and maybe not do this and play tapped artifact lands that are dual colored. But I don't actually like tap lands in this deck, which makes these a bit painful. But it's not too bad. These are actually really the only quote-unquote tap lands, because these tap immediately. You don't have to crack them. And it's pretty easy to use the colorless on this to get something right away, like all of these cards right here. So that's fine. But the 1 blue source is okay. But yeah, all the tapped artifact lands just to play Thoughtcast is not too exciting. Tried to make it work. It didn't feel like it was working. Like, if it ever costs 3 mana, I think you're not looking to play Thoughtcast. So it's really, you just want it to cast, like, or cost 1 or 2. And I was kind of struggling to do that. But to be fair, I wasn't heavy into the artifact lands. I think you're slowing yourself down slightly with tap lands to play it, and that offsets the drawing 2 cards off of Thoughtcast. So I think Treasure Cruise is slightly more appealing, which is kind of weird, but it's, you know, something to recognize and think about. Especially how with these, I can always find the blue, and then I can always eat these with Delve, and that's great. The only thing I have to dodge delving and eating is this, and that's not too big of a deal. I mean, sometimes I can just eat a Faithless Looting as well. It felt like 2 was fine. I could probably go up 3, and I don't know what I would take out, really, but the Kadoltha Rebirths did buy me significant time, and I didn't know why this was played to begin with, but sometimes you do just beat your blue-black control player, I guess, with 3/1/1s or 3/2/2s if you cast a first day. You can use first day to find these looting cards as well. So, like, if you have redundant first days and no card draw, you could just cast a first day and find this card, and then use that to continue looting, which I didn't do as much as I could have. I don't know how many scenarios where I had, like, redundant copies of these, though. Soul Warden you can beat by just having more of this than there are Soul Wardens, but the Blood Chief thing that makes you lose life every time they gain life, if they have that as well, and Soul Warden, you lose, because every creature you play, you lose a life, and you need to play infinite creatures, so that would kill you. But that's not very common. Your opponent also get lucky and have both in play at the same time. I did not feel like I wanted to ever make room for burn spells, unless I guess there's some kind of burn spell that, like, draws cards safely or something, because again, you're looking for 4 unique cards, A plus B plus C plus D, to win with a combo. And I did not like Empty the Warrens at all. So, you're looking for these 4. It is awesome that you can discard this. So you can pitch it to, like, Faithless Looting, or if you're just going to discard because you have too many cards, you can just get rid of this. You can never have 8 in play when you combo, right? It's either you cast it from your hand or you unearth it. You're not like, oh, I'm going to save the front half for the combo, and if it doesn't work, I have the back half. Like, not really. This isn't really... If you're going to be disrupted combo-wise, there's plenty of ways to disrupt this, and it's not like, hopefully this can get blown up or saved or something. With that being said, you can just play this as a 2/3, and it as a 2/3 does stop a lot of that early annoying pressure. So it's just chilling there. And if it dies, well, you can still have it for the combo turn. So this having Unearth is awesome. You just play it as a 2/3. It's not really a strong turn, but it is something to do. So yeah, Thoughtcast didn't work out, but this is alright. I don't like it as much as the green-white combo deck that I was playing. Where is it? This thing? I also, after having went in, looked at the video to edit for YouTube, there was a card, because I played against this, that's how I know it existed. There's a card that's kind of interesting. This thing, where if you mill it, you don't really care. If you cast it, it surveils 2, which can get a little annoying, but there's nothing wrong with a little surveil 2, right? I mean, you are looking for specific cards every time, but with this, you can exile it from your graveyard and put a counter on your witness. And then you can do that to find another combo piece that's maybe just in your graveyard that you couldn't grab with your mill cards. So this is an interesting one. I don't know if I like it more than, like, the Kite Sail here, and I really don't even know what I would take out for it. Maybe some of the pacifies or something, but it is something to consider. So, like, just throw it in there so I don't forget. That card wasn't on my radar until I had looked at the footage. I'm like, oh, yeah, they played that card. And it makes sense. But I like this. It's not as good as the green-white one, I don't think. But you can probably finagle some funny... to justify this over, say, the green-white combo deck that needs 1 less card to do the combo, which is massive. You could probably put this in a control shell. Like, these cards here, these 16 cards, and then you have the other chunk of your deck geared towards, I don't know, affinity? Like, Refurbished Familiar, Cranial Ram. You could go like that route and do that dumb nonsense. Or you could maybe go Grixis Control. You could go Black-Red Control. You could maybe think about Madness. No, probably not Madness. Probably not Madness. Yeah, probably not. But there's different lines you could take. It's always nice to surprise your opponent when you have this thing in it, and outside of it you're doing like some other thing that it's more traditional, like an aggro deck or something. I just couldn't think of a shell that would exist in, because whatever that is, it does play a vastly slower game, because it's not all in on that other thing it's doing. So if it was an aggro deck, it has all these funny things in it that just get in the way, and you don't really want to discard them because they're part of your game plan. Or you're playing a control deck where you have these 16 cards in your deck that are like worse than lands, and you have to try to find it. So it's hard to do that. It's like really hard, but I'm sure there is some way to do it. I'm confident there's a way to do it. I don't know. Maybe if I can join the what is it, that one and this one, can join the deck somehow, but I have no idea how that would look. Like maybe you do 3 of each combo piece instead of 4 of each, but I don't like the idea of that really at all, because then you're playing a very clunky version of a control deck with a slightly less consistent combo because you've taken out copies of your combo, redundant copies. But there's no tutors or anything, so if you have a combo deck, I really think you want 4 of every combo piece. You just can't really tutor in Pauper, and that's just the nature of things. And this is historic Pauper, so there's no like 2-card combos that you see in regular Pauper. There's a few 2-card combos in Pauper now. I think there's actually a few that end the game immediately, not just simply gain infinite life or whatever, which would effectively end the game. But yeah, so that's it. I liked Dimir Control. Did I have an outro for this? I think I did. I don't know. I'm yapping about it here anyways. I like this a lot. The pieces that I had to deal with certain decks were great. Like outside of Bant Hexproof, so I took out the edicts. The edicts don't save you against hexproof, so I don't think they're worth playing. The problem with them is you have 4 edict spells, or even 6 to 8 of them. Eventually your opponent will just find a hexproof creature that you don't have an edict for, and you can do a draw-go game for a while. In turn 10, they can play another Bogle, and then start putting auras on it, and yeah, maybe you have a dream scenario where you now had like an Essence Scatter, so they could never play another creature, but just the fact that I constantly need an answer is just not great. There is the this thing here, which I would probably play instead of Essence Scatter if you're going to deal with Bogles, because you can, like, if you edict the first Bogle and then you have this to kill the next creature that's like, it shows up as a 1/1, and then you just boom kill it and they can't do anything about it. That seems kind of interesting, and this also hoses some of the other funny decks out there, like Elves, I guess, although Elves isn't super prolific. There's a lot of 1 toughness things, though, that you could kill with that card. Snuff Out doesn't really deal with Affinity too well because of the Germ tokens or the Refurbished Familiars or really anything else. And it doesn't kill that Madness creatures either. So this is not that exciting, really, unfortunately. But it does deal with Tolarian Terror quite nicely. It doesn't actually deal with Gurmag Angler. But I didn't see any Gurmag Anglers, or haven't yet. So this isn't that great. You'd think it's like an auto 4 of. Didn't really feel like that. Also, losing 4 life in a red matchup isn't free either. So like a red deck that's throwing burn spells, you don't want to pay 4 life. So there's a lot of spots where this isn't like crazy awesome, like it would be maybe in more paper Pauper format stuff. But this thing was cool. It was brought to my attention by someone who played it and then beat me with it. So this is cool. Yep, you just play one and they find the others. They shuffle with Brainstorm too. I like this a lot. It just draws a card and constantly finds itself. Huge fan of this. Doesn't make me want to play more Brainstorms though. But yeah, I mean, Pauper's great. There's so many things going on. I'm seeing so many different decks. I actually haven't seen the same degenerate affinity thing all the time. If this format was around forever, I think I said this last time, and the time before that, and the time before that. If it was around, I think Cranial Ram would be banned immediately, right? I think it's no contest. So, unfortunately, because the format is not like a sanctioned thing that's regulated and will never exist because they hate giving us a format that people can play without giving them $200 in a digital platform, I think Cranial Ram would not be in that format. But unfortunately, we have to just deal with it because that's the thing. But hey, you can just scoop and move on to the next game and, no harm, no foul, I guess. But I'm not sure, because there's so many cantrip options now, what you should be doing definitively. And I guess it depends on your deck. But Tolarian Terror still seems like a really good, win condition just for a control deck, which I personally would rather it not be a creature to be a win condition. The last time I actually liked that was the turtle, and man, has it been a minute. It has been a minute since we... Okay, can we do things? Since this was a win condition. If we could go back to these days... Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, look at that beauty. Beautiful. I should just play it for old time's sake. Just put one in here, but... we're well past these days. In fact, I don't even really know if we were ever here. I don't think these days ever actually existed. But 5, 6, 7 years ago, I don't even know how long at this point, I played Pauper with this as the win condition. And I didn't really see other people doing it, so I don't know. I don't know if it was really a thing. But hey, I want to go back to these days, Just the 6 mana 4/5, slam it and play. What do you got kind of questions. There's so much. Even if you could play that, it still just dies to a fair amount of things that you could expect, like Bogles or Edicts, I guess, if it was that prolific. Ward 2 is not hexproof, unfortunately. So I guess the last thing I'll say is counterspells are a little unappealing. You can't counter something that has already resolved, and... while games do go on for a while, I just don't really like them. Soft counters feel completely unreasonable to me. Counter it, let's say pay 2. Games take too long on average. Everyone can pay for Mana Leak. At least I feel as though they can. At least later on in the game. Obviously, if it's in your opener and it's your turn 2 play, yeah, cool. But later on in the game, I just don't like them. Whereas other formats, it doesn't necessarily feel like that's entirely the case. It feels like Mana Leak lasts longer in Modern or Legacy than it would in Pauper. So I don't like soft counters. And for the hard counters, it's just maybe kind of Essence Scatter, which was in here for a second, and I took it out. Again, you can't counter... It doesn't help you control what has already been cast, and... this format really wants you to have a safe... You want to stabilize the board. And those are just super proactive instead of reactive kinds of ways of doing that. It's stop your... it's all reaction, but you know what I mean. You're trying to stop it before it becomes a problem, as opposed to, now I can just kill it because it's resolved. Can't Essence Scatter a resolved threat. But I'm sure there's logic in some counter spells, but I would really think they have to be hard counters, and for the most part, I think they really want to be 2 mana. I don't really think we're going into 3 mana counter spells, and it feels like it's been like that for quite a while. I have not seen a 3 mana hard counter sent in this format in a lot of times that this midweek thing has been around. I really don't know the last time I've seen a 3 mana counter spell. Maybe I just did it randomly, or I just can't remember. But it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. You have to constantly cast spells, and that just is a 3 mana spell that might just counter a random 2/1 that wasn't doing much, right? I think things have to line up too much for it to be great. But I don't know. It's not like it won't counter something if you put it in your deck. But I felt like this was fine without counter spells. It does make you a bit more weak to, I guess, combo decks, but a lot of actually basically every combo deck is kind of creature centric, and you have a lot of removal for that, so it's not that big of a deal, really. Or at least it didn't feel like it was. But yeah, the main thing here is just figuring out what the right card draw package is, because I don't think I have figured that out yet. I think this is fine. These are fine if you can justify them. I mean, they're basically an auto-include in any deck if you can justify it, and I don't think it impedes Tolarian Terror too much. But the deduce, I don't know. The cantrip counts, I don't know. Fetch lands are at 0, so I only have 2 brainstorms. I don't know. You tell me, but that is what it is. So let me know what you thought about these 2 decks. If you have ideas to make them more betterer or something, let me know. More interesting, let me know. But that's it. Get out of here.